welcome to me reading stuff, but I'm too scared to read, but I have to read anyways, because I promised to do it, so now I must do it. Wait, is it starting? Is my stream starting? Ah! It is. Hello. Yes. Oh my god, Stinky Crow? Are you kitty biddies? How dare you insult the pee-pee poo-poo? You have to pee-pee poo-poo too! Don't act like you're above the pee-pee poo-poo. No one is above the pee-pee poo-poo. Hello. Hello, hello. Wait, how's the... Ah, it's not showing. Wait, guys, can you spam the chat real quick? Let me oh my god, there are two of them now. Like confusion. There we go. Hi, Butcher Boy. Hi. Anyway, so today what we're gonna do is I'm going to be reading a bunch of going to the toilet is what I call pee-pee poo-poo. Whatever. But yeah, you guys gave me some creepypastas to read on Discord. Thank you so much. It's so fucking long. I don't know how long this video will take. But yeah, I'm going to be... Let me put on this earphones. I have some creepy music in the background. I hope it's creepy. Wait, let me see. Music in the background. I hope it's creepy. Wait, no, that's my theme song. Why the fuck is my theme song here? Dummy bummies. I am dummy bummy, not you. Don't worry. I am dummy bummy, not you. Don't worry. I don't hear it. I am dummy bummy, not you. Ah, I like the VTuber. Thank you. I also like the VTuber. Thank you. I also... Okay. Pasta. Yes, I'm luring him in with the word pasta. Hickey beck. You hear it? Okay, cool. Alright. Let's get started. And I have my blanket here just to feel comfy, but I don't really feel comfortable. And I have the Discord on full display, so I hope you guys please don't resubscribe or donate or become membership or whatever, because this is a creepy stream, okay? And I don't want to be surprised. Oh shit, okay. The music's pretty scary. I'm gonna turn that down. Okay, music, calm down. It's like a really intense piece. Anyways, here we go. So this is sent by... This music is so strong. Stop. Ah! Wait, let me try this one. Is this better? It's just good. It's not dark or scary. Wait, 1 second. None of these are scary. I'm so upset. Okay, wait, whatever. Okay, there we go, there we go. I proceeded to my corner office, still holding my mug in hand. The package was sitting there, waiting for me on my desk. A cooler box. If I hadn't known better, I might have assumed that it contained somebody's lunch. Unfortunately, I did know better. I carefully set my my coffee mug down before firmly closing my office door and drawing the blinds. No one needed to see this. I reached for the cooler with a shaking hand, carefully breaking the seal and lifting the lid. Taking another deep breath, I looked down at the contents, recoiling in horror at what I saw. A severed human head, sliced at the neck and packed in ice. You feel calm listening to my husky voice. Don't say it like I'm manly. I am girly, okay? The head was that of a human male, aged in his 40s or 50s. His bloodshot, dead eyes remained open, staring up at the ceiling. His mouth was gaping wide, as if trapped in an eternal scream. Unsurprisingly, his skin was a ghostly shade of pale, as all the blood has been drained from his face. The darkness. What do you mean? I'm trying to make it creepy. What do you mean? Fuck this shit. You guys signed up for this. Stop being pussies. I am the scared one here. I remained in the state of shock for a moment, fighting back my revulsion to examine the victim's face in more detail. It didn't take me long to recognize the dead man. This client has been contracted to carry out a very specialized and difficult task, one which I hadn't expected him to complete. But the severed head on my desk meant that the contract has been fulfilled. So, despite my revulsion, I was able to breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that the job has been done, and my commission was secure. Keep going, I like it. Okay. I'm sure this is all rather confusing, so I'll explain. I'm a recruitment consultant working in a very specialized sector. What this means in practice is that I recruit unique and talented individuals for jobs that are rarely legal and often involve acts of extreme violence, up to and including murder. Please put a voice filter. I don't have a voice filter. Also, some of my recruits aren't human, at least not in the strictest sense of the word. I originally worked in the legitimate recruitment world, and it was fairly successful. Unfortunately, my business went bust and I got laid off. I don't know who exactly I work for, but he goes by the name Mr. Black. Every Monday, he sends me a cryptic email telling me to assign people to dispatch the job. Failure is not an option in this line of work. Both recruiters and recruits know the consequences if the job hasn't been completed properly. What the fuck, that's it? That's fucking it? Where's the scare? Where's the spoopy? What the fuck? Joe, it's not scary at all. Are you kidding me? Okay, what? Well, that was fairly disappointing. Moving on to the next one. It's been 13 years. 13 years since they found me. I want to run, but I can't. They won't let me leave. No one leaves. This place traps us here, keeps us in this godforsaken town. If you drive out far enough, you can find the edge of town where the fog begins. But that's all there is, just a giant wall of fog. Even on the sunniest days, the fog never leaves. 13 years ago was when I found the truth of this town. I was only 10, bright-eyed and curious. Every time I asked my parents about the fog, they'd be nervous for a minute and always say, I don't know what you're talking about, Andrew. There is no fog. I knew they were lying, so instead of listening to the lies, I asked the elder. They told me the truth. Oh, little Andrew, the fog keeps us here, trapped with them, the soulless, horrifying little creatures they are. But they only come on All Hallows Eve. Our costumes are disguises, protection from the darkness. I took their word like gospel. They are the elders, old and wise. Shouldn't we listen to them? It's a good thing I did. If not, I would have ended up like Billy Hayes. Billy was a bully, always calling the elders old hags and egging houses. But no matter what, he always wore a costume, usually a devil mask. Even the cruelest of people obeyed that rule. There were always a few who didn't believe in the soulless, or they forgot a costume, and after Halloween they were never seen again. When I told my parents what the elder said, they had a serious look on their face and told me the truth the first truth in a long time. Andrew Samuel Pierce. What a stupid name. If you ever see any child that gives you a bad feeling, stay away from them. Are we clear? Mom asked me with all seriousness. I nodded in agreement. She gave me a small smile and looked over to Dad, who looked like yes, my dad is a female. It's 2021. He shook his head and walked out of the room. 3 months later, it was time. October 31st, 1993. Halloween. or as I now like to call it, Soulless Day. I will find out what the soulless R's. Honestly, I'm just so bad at reading. My thoughts echoed, even if it kills me. Looking back on it, I wish I hadn't said that, because even if I survived, the others didn't. So many others. I put on my costume, an angel, and headed outside with my candy sack in my hand. My costume was ironic, really. My angelic innocence and curiosity was twisted into a devilish desire for knowledge, and the blood on my hands will never disappear. I met my friends on Marybrook Ave? How do we say that word? Avenue? Around the corner by the lake. My friend Paisley was dressed up as a devil, since we were going as opposites. Oh, how the tables will turn. Your voice and reading isn't bad. These stories are just diarrhea. Yes, ERP is the real horror. Her sister Lena was going as Little Red Riding Hood, and our other friend Christopher was going as a clown. We began our head candy hunt, continuing down 5 blocks until I noticed that we were right near the old cemetery. Some teenagers said it's haunted, but they're probably lying. People in this town do like to lie a lot, don't they? Wait, we're not supposed to be here, especially on Halloween, Parker stuttered. Oh, but we're not supposed to. I'm sorry. It was obvious that he was scared. What he said, Paisley? Mom told us to stay away from the streets and the lairs. Blah, blah, blah. Paisley was getting impatient. I could tell. Andrew, you're the oldest one here. Tell them there's nothing to be scared of. She's right, guys. I tried to reassure them. All that there is some old graves and just some harmless animals. We'll be fine. But the ghost. Oh my god, just stop being such a little goddamn baby. It'll go already. Paisley grabbed Lena's arms and dragged her in. Me and Parker looked at each other and shrugged, and then began to follow the 2 girls in the abandoned graveyard. Okay, this isn't yeah, it is scary. I wish it was really abandoned. The deeper we went, the quieter it got. At one point, it was so quiet that all you could hear was the crunching of the dirt under our feet and the rustling of the candies in our bag. Oh, I thought the music went out. There's still music, but it's just very quiet. Oh, is it? In our bags. 4 sets of feet could be heard. Then a 5th. But the 5th was running. Right towards us. I felt a hand on my shoulder, and I screamed. So did my friends. All you could hear was screaming, then laughter. The figure shined a light on its face and took off its mask. Oh my god. It was Billy Hayes. Goddamn Billy freaking Hayes! I got you losers so good, you should have seen your faces! Priceless! He scared us, just to laugh in our faces. I should have seen this coming, along with the next set of deadly events. Damn you, Billy! Paisley screamed. Oh, damn you, Billy! Her face red with anger and embarrassment. Come on, it's just harmless, just relax. He's British. He spoke through his sniggering. No one had noticed the tall, looming silhouette behind him. Not until it was too late. I can't fucking voice this part. Basically, Billy screamed, okay? He was quickly grabbed by a long, slender, clawed hand and pulled into this darkness. We're not falling for another one of your silly tricks, Billy. Are your goons out here too? Paisley declared to the surrounding woodland just outside of the cemetery. That's when I figured it out. Billy took off his mask. His disguise. If we don't leave now, we'll be next. They were next, anyway. We have to go now! I screamed. The others looked at me, puzzled. Why? It's only 8... And then I started basically whatever the fuck. Behind them, there were more tall, skeleton, thin creatures with long, sharp black claws and completely blacked out eyes with tiny glowing white pupils, along with a seemingly thick, dark red substance oozing out of them. By their feet were young, ghost-like children with the exact same eerie eyes and disturbing smiles. Faint whispers and screams could be heard throughout the cold autumn air nipping at our skin. Almost immediately, I knew what they were. Soulless. Darkness. That is all I could see. Eventually, I woke up, along with Paisley and Parker. Lena was nowhere to be found. I walked over to my best friend and asked what happened. They took her, she said, through her tears and sniffles. Okay, what the fuck? This is a lot of stuttering. I'm not gonna do this shit. Let me read this. Whoa, what? What? The moment he was gone, the dust on the headstone cleared and said, Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait. Wait, I'm reading, but like... Wait, what? Ugh, okay, this story sucks ass balls. So I'm just gonna skip that. Back in 2012, someone did a drive-by on my friend and I while we were standing in our front yard. So whatever, that happens. Guy get arrested the following day. The day after that, we're sitting in the living room and hear a pop. We look at each other and then go back to watching the Olympics. Pop, pop. We jump up thinking it's a friend or of the first guy or something. We don't know. We run to the side of the other house, and as we peeked out of the window, we see a guy on his back scurrying backwards along the side of the house with another gentleman keeping pace with him, arms outstretched, firing a gun from no more than 3 feet away. After those initial 3 shots, there were like 12, 15 shots maybe, all from point-blank range. Once he's out of rounds, the shooter just turns around and bolts. By either some divine intervention or a combination of the worst luck and aim of all time, the guy on the ground gets up, checks himself over for gunshot wounds, realizes he has none, not a single one, brushes the dirt off himself, and walks in the other direction. Do we have enough stories? I don't think so. My headphone dies in the best part. Yeah. We thought maybe that guy was firing blanks? Nope. We went outside and checked. There were bullet holes in the ground. Wait, bullet holes? In the ground? Not like bullet shells? What? Absolutely insane that man wasn't Swiss cheesed. Wait, that was the end of the story? How the fuck are these creepy? Am I missing something? In 2019, my grandma, grandpa, and sister all died in a house fire. It was the most devastating thing to ever happen to my family and I, without a doubt. I missed them a lot. A few months after it all happened, I was walking down the halls to go to the bathroom, and in the doorway of my mother's room, I saw a silhouette of my sister. She was just standing there. It looked like she was stretching, or taking her shirt off or something. The second I saw her was the second she disappeared. But I know she was there, as my dog walking down the hall at the same time, and at the same time I saw her, he turned around and went the opposite direction. A few weeks after that happened, something similar happened. My mom went over to the neighbor's house for coffee, so I was home alone. I was home alone often, so that it didn't really bug me. I was just sitting on the couch, idly playing on my tablet. Momentarily, I looked up at the window, and in the reflection of the glass, I saw a tall, dark silhouette moving very quickly across the hall. Like the previous time that happened, I only saw it for a second before it was gone. But I knew what I saw. I was so scared and unnerved. Let me remind you, I wasn't very old at the time. I won't give you my exact age, but I wasn't in any spot to be dealing with ghosts of my dead sister. Let me tell you? Yes, English. It was all very terrifying, but I think the worst thing about the whole experience was this. The first time, I knew it was my sister. It was her height, her body, Her hair. It was her. I could tell that it was her without any shadow of a doubt. But the second time it happened, it didn't look like my sister. It didn't look like anyone. It was just an unnaturally tall, ghost-like silhouette moving fast around my house and then disappearing without a trace. It didn't seem like someone I knew or someone I'd associate it with. No one. Nothing. It feels pretty good to get this out. I've dealt with it pretty well, but I'm honestly pretty happy I'm able to share it with some strangers on the internet. If you're reading this far, thanks for caring, and have a lovely day. And that was a real story, guys. That was a real thing that happened. Interesting. Do comment on the story while I'm reading it. I can still read your chat. So, the ghost just transgender searching. Yeah, that was a real story. So, sprinkled in these stories, some stories are real, and that's supposed to make you feel. That one kind of creeped me out a little bit. The previous ones were just too like fantastical for me to care, but that one was scary. Okay. When I was about 16, I was living with my mom at the time. She had a 1-bedroom apartment, so I slept on the sofa. The way I slept, I could see into the kitchen and directly into the back door. To get up to the door from the outside, you have to walk up some unusually tall but narrow steps. Wait, let me imagine that. To get up to the door from outside... Ah, okay, I got it. One night I wasn't able to sleep, so I was just staring off. I saw a figure of a woman or girl walk past the window of the back door, but without seeing her step, if that makes any sense. Like she floated past the window. I thought I was just tired, and I didn't have my glasses on, so I figured I was seeing things. But then it happened again. No footsteps heard, just a fluid, swift movement past the window. Then after a few minutes, her silhouette just appeared and stayed there, as if she was staring at me. I rubbed my eyes, and she was gone. Again, no noise, no typical movement. Okay. Interesting. So that one was, I think that one saw me banging on the sofa. Wasn't me. Yeah, so I think that was real. I'm not sure. Okay, this one requires me to, like, do a... Oh my god. I think this is the oh no, it's not the last one. Fuck. Okay, this requires me to do some voice acting, but I don't know if I can do that. 911, what's your emergency? Hi, this is going to sound kind of strange, but there's a man stumbling around in circles in my front yard. Could you repeat that, sir? He looks sick, or lost, or drunk, or something. I just woke up to get a glass of water and heard snow crunching around underneath my front window, so I peeked out. I'm looking at him now. He's about 10 yards away from my window. Something's not right. What's your address, sir? 1617 Quarry Lane, in Pinella Pass. I'm going to send a squad car your way, but that's quite a ways out. Are you alone in your house, sir? Yes, I'm alone. Can you confirm that all your doors and windows are locked? Stay on the phone with me. I know that my front is definitely locked, but I'll go check my back door again really quickly. I appreciate your help. By the way, I know this is kind of strange, but I really hope that... Sir, are you there? He's still in the yard, but he's... What the fuck? He's upside down. Sir, stay on with me. What's happening? He's staring right at me, but he's standing on his hands now. He's perfectly still, staring straight at me. He's doing a handstand. He's smiling at me. He's not moving. He's doing a handstand, sir? I don't know how he... Yeah, he's facing at me, standing on his hands. He's got this huge smile and he's perfectly still. What the fuck? Please get someone out here now! Sir, I need you to remain calm. I've put out the call and an officer is on his way. His dick is so huge. No, his teeth are so huge. What the fuck? Please help me. Sir, I want you to try and keep an eye on him, but make sure your back door is locked again. We need to make sure all possible access points are secured. Can you talk to me through and confirm that your back door is locked? Okay, I'm walking backwards now and keeping him in my sight. Okay, my hand's on the back door knob. It's locked. I need to check the deadbolt, so I'm going to take my eyes off him for a split second. Alright, sir, help us on the way. Just stay on the phone with me, everything's going to be alright. Sir? Sir, are you still there? His face, it's up against the glass. Sir, I need you to peek, yes. Sir, I need you to speak up. What's happening? I looked away for a split second, and now his face, it's pressed up against my front window. This is like actually giving me goosebumps, like I'm too good at acting. His teeth are huge, and he's still smiling. There's no colors in his eyes. Please, Jesus, please fucking help me. It just won't fucking move. Sir, I need you to go to the nearest room and lock yourself inside of it. Do you have a basement or a bedroom that you can lock yourself in? He just won't stop staring. He's going to hurt me. Sir, I need you to listen to me. Lock yourself somewhere safe until the officer arrives at your house. I can't read. Can you hear me? Yes. Yes, I'm going to lock myself in my room. And you're positive that you're alone in your house, correct? Yes. I'm alone in the house. Wait a moment, he's moving. He's shaking his head. He's telling me no, he can hear us. He's telling me I'm not alone. Sir, are you still there? I heard a loud noise. Is everything alright? Sir? And that's the end of the story. Ooh, that is creepy. I had goosebumps all over. That's terrifying. Dude. So it's like coming here from the booty. I'm late. Welcome. Wait, I never seen you in the channel. Did you change names? I've never seen you in the kingdom. Welcome to the kingdom. I think I've heard this one. 10 out of 10 for performance. Hi, Craig. Damn, this is some 10 out of 10 voice acting. Thank you so much. Scrubs, this is some funny shit. Okay, you're supposed to be scared, okay? Alright, let's keep going. Nice views from here. At the edge of our town, there's a shitty gas station that opens 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you were to go inside, you'd see row after row of off-brand chips, cookies, potted meats, and pickled curiosities. Sorry, I just burped. Hi! Welcome, Scrubs of the Kingdom! Nice! Welcome, welcome. I laughed so hard. Wait, what do you mean? Expiration dates suspiciously missing from the canned goods, like they were filed off years ago in some misguided attempt to control inventory turnover. A faded wet floor sign from way back covers a large crack in the foundation by the cooler, where the layers of sticky spill-off has formed a miniature tar pit, preserving countless insect corpses and occasional small rodent. This is really good descriptive literature. Nobody ever complains about the aesthetics. By some providence bordering on supernatural, the health inspector has repeatedly signed off on the business, always kindly ignoring the faint smell of some kind of mysterious chemical cocktail that is the defining characteristic of the establishment. Can I add something? This is shitty writing because you're writing a sentence that cannot be finished in one breath. That is always the first sign of shitty writing. So just because you describe more doesn't mean you're writing better. I'm just saying. More noticeable than the steady mechanical hum of the frozen drink machine that was established that was installed in the 70s and never once serviced. More distracting than the random pockets of cold and warm air that seems to follow you around. And more annoying than the family of the mutated raccoons that lived in the crawl space behind the grease trap. I think they're mutated anyway. At the very least, they must be inbred to the point of genetic deformity. And is this a horror story or just like this guy hating on insects and like raccoons. Gas station, the horror of the show, the game. The Alpha, a muscular 3-foot tall son of a bitch named KROWKO, has been spotted multiple times chewing on people's tires. And wait, is this a real horror story? It sounds like a fucking comedy. Fallout Creepypasta. I know, right? It seems like it. Wait, let me audio check real quick. I know, right? It seems like... Okay, cool. Okay. That lingering smell, a sweet combination of honeysuckle, ammonia, and vomit, has never been positively identified, but the prevalent theory is that it's coming from underground, wafting up through the thin fissures of the concrete that grow and spread with each year of architectural settling. It's strongest right after the rain, and pungent to the point of tear-inducing if you get too close to the storm drains where even KROWKO and his clan refuse to tread. If you were to go inside, you might also see the bathroom cowboy. He's sort of an urban legend around here, only ever appearing when you're alone and unsuspecting. What makes him truly legendary are the stories people tell of an alleged encounter. The accounts run the gamut from pretty weird to impossibly bizarre. Like the guy last month? Yes, that's a word, who went for a piss, but changed his mind when he saw him standing there right next to the urinal, wearing a duster, bandana, boots, and chaps, and he was riding on his horse, yeah. You know. Is that your dad yelling in the back? Is it? Probably. 1 second. Let me close my door. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh my god, just people being noisy. Dude, this is so fucking funny. It has to be a comedy. Why is it a cowboy? Like, out of all creepy things, you choose a cowboy? Dude, what? Okay, fucking Woody is in here, scaring people. Or a couple of weeks later, when another customer stepped into the same bathroom to see a man wearing nothing but a cowboy hat. God, shit. I think it was a toilet cowboy. It was my dad. He was, like, talking really loudly. When he entered, the cowboy stopped what he was doing, looked up with a smile, and a tip on the hat and said, "Come on, man. Come on with it. Piss. Let me see your penis." He did not say that. If you should be lucky enough to see the cowboy that may or may not haunt the bathroom, don't worry. He's harmless, and, in fact, usually quite polite. Honestly, he doesn't seem so bad, especially compared to that of the other things going on in that place. When you go inside, you might instantly get a toothache. That's a strangely common phenomenon that nobody really understands. It should go away on its own in a couple of hours. If you do go inside, you'll most definitely see me sitting behind the counter because I'm the only full-time employee, and I'm almost always there. You may catch me reading a book because, for some reason, the internet doesn't work way out here, and cell phone service is dicey on good days and non-existent on most. If you need to make a call, you can leave and go up in the hill ways, preferably back towards the hill because the other way will take you into the woods, and you don't even want me to go into all the reasons why that's not a good idea. Or you can pay me 25 cents a minute and use the store's landline. While you're here, don't be offended if I don't strike up a conversation because, if I'm being completely honest, I don't always know for sure if anyone who's coming through these doors is real or not, and if I had to acknowledge everyone in that place could be an actual person, I might fucking lose my mind. And we don't need any more of that going on around here. I guess that the point I'm trying to make here is, weird things happen to me working at the shitty gas station at the edge of town. I wish I could tell you the weirdest thing that happened there, but I doubt I could ever decide. There are just too many. I've seen a total of 4 coffins inside the store for 3 different occasions. I've met at least dozens of people wandering back into the town from the woods, claiming they had escaped aliens or government conspirators, or the like, and that they had no money but needed to make a call. And could I just please let them use the store phone before they find them again? But rules are rules, and I'm not inclined to lose my job just because you didn't escape captivity with a little pocket change. This is not fucking scary. Are you kidding me? This is not scary. This is not scary. Stop. I need actual scary movies. I mean, scary, like, stories. Let me just Google some. Creepypasta. Laughter paranormal. Yeah, that's not scary at all. Okay. You are scarier than 20 minutes of this. Wow. Wow, thanks. What? It is scary though. What do you mean? It's so not scary. How long is this? It's only been half an hour? Are you kidding me? What? Okay, wait, let me read this one. This one seems scary. It's a creepypasta that I just googled. Written by Tim Sprague. Great name. Great name, man. Okay. There's a fucking ad. Stop this fucking ad. I can't read with this ad around. Oh my god, there's like a trillion ads. I can't read the fucking... Dude, the ads are covering up. This is actually the scariest thing. Capitalism. It just fucking... just... My math teacher's scary, yeah. Read Jeff the Killer. What would you be doing when you see a mutated Hulk rat with cowboy costume? What the fuck? Okay, Reddit. Sure, let's look at Reddit. I don't know. Top all time. Can I fucking get a story? No, these are all just pictures. This is stupid. Where do I get creepypastas? Oh my god, Jesus. Okay, Jeff the Killer. To kick things off was a is a real delight for droves of high schoolers, but the chilling image that comes along with it, yeah, that is terrifying. Can I say, like, I was terrified of that when I was little, but it's still terrifying now. Oh my god. Okay, let's read Jeff the Killer. I'm scared of this, because I never read him before. You wake up at 3 a.m., disturbed by some subtle shifting sounds within the room, just on the edge of hearing. Propping up on one arm, you survey the room, looking for some sources for the noise, hoping beyond hope that you won't find one. At first, your hopes are raised. Everything seems to be silent. Everything seems to be still. But it isn't. From behind the long concealing okay, it's still this. Oh, wait, From behind the long concealing drape of the curtain, a voice with flickering, serpentine hiss whispers. Go to sleep. Suddenly, you know what's about to happen, and exactly who is waiting to meet you. Jeff Bezos. Millionaire Jeff Bezos. Billionaire, not millionaire. As recognizable and widely known as he is feared, Jeff the Killer, the eponymous, I don't even know how to say that word, villain of numerous stories littering the internet, and is one of the best known and most widely referenced creepypasta characters to have ever emerged from the shadowy... Why does this sound like an Oscar, like, introduction? Welcome, Jeff the Killer, the eponymous villain of numerous stories littering the internet, and is one of the best known for most widely referenced actor of the year, Jeff the Killer. Like, it sounds like that. Wait, where is the story? There's no story. There's no story. Oh no, here it is. Oh, here's the story. Okay. The local newspaper reads, Omnious unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the I can't read. I too would have been terrified at the thought of working at Amazon for minimum wage. Yes. Hi Miwu, welcome. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells the story.
I had a bad dream, and
It sounds like an anime girl, sorry. I had a bad dream, and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that, for some reason, the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. That was scary, what the fuck? Dude, that music? Stop, don't scare me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light, illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of 2 eyes. They weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and it just plain out terrifies me. That's when I saw his mouth. A long, horrendous horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said in only a way a madman could speak. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him. I fucking sucker punched him. Boom! Ding ding! I fucking win, stupid ass bitch. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife and went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished the bob if not one of the neighbors had alerted the police. He drove me to the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran out the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. So as I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of the house was broken. I looked it out to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing, I ain't forever forgetting that face, those cold, evil eyes that got that psychotic smile. Really good. They'll never leave my head. I don't know, man. This is just like so fun to make stupid. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be super scared tonight, like before I sleep. That's just how it works. Okay, the Russian sleep experiment. What the fuck? Okay. Siren Head. Oh yeah, that one. That one wasn't. I don't think that one, like. This one is good. Wait, which one? The Russian sleep experiment? Okay. Where's the story? Okay. Russian researchers in the late 1940s kept 5 people awake for 15 days using experimental gas-based stimulant. They were kept in a sealed environment to carefully monitor their oxygen intake so the gas didn't kill them, since it was toxic in high concentrations. This was before closed-circuit cameras, so they had only microphones and 5-inch thick glass porthole-sized windows into the chamber to monitor them. The chamber was stocked with books, cots to sleep on, but no bedding, running water and toilets, and enough dried food to last all of 5 for over a month. The accent adds, you're welcome. The subjects were political prisoners deemed enemies of the state during World War II. Everything was fine for the first 5 days. The subject hardly complained, having promised falsely that they would be freed if they submitted to the test and did not sleep for 30 days. Their conversation and activities were monitored, and it was noted that they continued to talk about increasingly traumatic incidents in their past, and the general tone of their conversations took on a darker aspect after the 4-day mark. After 5 days, they started to complain about the circumstances and events that led them to where they were and decided to demonstrate severe paranoia. They stopped talking to each other and began alternately whispering to the microphone and one-way mirrored portholes. Oddly, they all seemed to think they could win the trust of the experimenters by turning over their comrades, other subjects in captivity, with them. At first, the researchers expected this was an effect of the gas itself. After 9 days, the first of them started screaming. He ran the length of the chamber repeatedly, yelling at the top of his lungs for 3 hours straight. Holy shit. Really cool throat. Communism. The researchers postulated he has physically torn his vocal cords. The most surprising thing about this behavior is how the other captives reacted to it, or rather, didn't react to it. They continued whispering to the microphone until the second one of the captives started to scream. The two non-screaming captives took the boobs apart, smeared pages after pages with their own feces like animals, and pasted them calmly over the glass potholes. The screaming promptly stopped. So did the whispering to the microphone. After 3 more days passed. Spooba. The researchers checked microphones early to make sure they were working, since they thought it impossible that no sound could be coming with 5 people inside. Oh! Holy shit, Craig! Thank you so much! Welcome to Baby Crow! Welcome to the Crow Dynasty! Look at that sticker! Look at that buff little man you've become! Thank you so much! Thank you so much, Craig. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to join Discord server, link description down below. Yeah, join Discord. We're not degenerates. I promise. I was gonna say I swear, but that's scary. So, you know what? Just in case I'm lying, I promise. Anyways, in fact, it was the amount of oxygen 5 people would consume at a very heavy level of strenuous exercise. On the morning of the 14th day, the researchers did something they said they would not do: a reaction from the captives. They used the intercom inside of the chamber, hoping to provoke any response from the captives. They were afraid— wait, I'm turning into like French now. They were afraid were either dead or vegetables. Vegetables? Okay. They announced, "We are opening the chamber. To test microphones, step away from door and lie flat on the floor or you will be shot. Compliant will earn one of you your immediate freedom." To their— oh, that is scary. To their surprise, they heard a single phrase in a calm voice respond. "We no longer want to be afraid." Debate broke out among researchers and military forces funding the research. Unable to provoke any more responses using intercom, it was finally decided to open chamber at midnight on 15th day. The chamber was flushed of the stimulant glass and filled with fresh air, and immediately voices from the microphones began to object. 3 different voices began begging. Japanese. I'm having the time of my life. I grew my lost arm in the old war. Nice. As if pleading for the life of loved ones to turn the gas back on, because they were high on gas. Very good. They were like Snoop Dogg, very high. The chamber opened and soldiers sent in to retrieve the test subjects. They began to scream louder than ever, and so did the soldiers when they saw what was inside. 4 of 5 subjects were still alive, although no one could rightly call the state of them life. The food rations has not been touched. There were chunks of meat from dead test subjects. Oh! Ew! Thighs and chest stuffed into the drain of the center of the chamber, blocking the drains and allowing 4 inches of water to accumulate on the floor. On the floor! If you could party up on the floor. Brazil, Morocco, London to Ibiza, straight from LA, New York, straight into Africa. You know what I was doing? Anyways, I have too many like old jokes. Okay, precisely how much of the water was on the floor was actually blood was never determined. All 4 surviving test subjects also had large portions of muscle and skin torn away from their bodies. The destruction of flesh and exposed bone on their fingertips indicate the wounds were inflicted by hand, and not with teeth, as researchers initially thought. Closer examination of positions and angles of wound indicate that most of them were self-inflicted. The abdominal organs below the ribcage of all 4 test subjects has been removed, while the heart... Wait, what? Wait, but didn't one of them say they don't want to be released? Hi, Terrence. Welcome to fucking hell. The abdominal organs below ribcage of all 4 test subjects has been removed, while the heart, lungs, and diaphragm remained in place. The skin and almost of the muscles attached to the ribs has been ripped off, exposing lungs through ribcage. All the blood vessel and organs remain intact. They have just been taken out and laid on the floor, fanning out the the living bodies of subjects. That is so, like, not true, because... I think that's not true, because, like, they'll just die of blood loss, right? It quickly became apparent that they were digesting what was their own flesh that they had ripped off and eaten over a course of days. That is very independent. That is the definition of independent woman. I don't use meat, I use my own meat. Nom nom. To everyone's surprise, the test subjects put in a fierce fight in process of being removed from chamber. One of the Russian soldiers died from being his throat ripped out. One other was gravely injured by having his testicles ripped off and put in mouth. and utterly his leg severed by one of subject's teeth. These bitches are horny, basically. Welcome mano and later. The guy that said that was secretly a tsundere. Another 5 of soldiers lost their life if you count one that committed suicide in the weeks following the incident. In the struggle, one of the 4 living subjects has his spleen ruptured and he bled out almost immediately. The medical researchers attempted to sedate him, but this proved impossible. He was injected with more than 10 times human dose with morphine derivative and still fought like a cornered animal, breaking the ribs and arm of one doctor. The heart was seen to beat for a full 2 minutes after he has bled out to the point of more... so much. Ew. Struggling to attack anyone in reach and just keep repeating the word more over and over. He likes it. The surviving 3 subjects were intact vocal cords, continuously begging for the gas, demanding to be kept awake. What the fuck? The most injured of the 3 was taken to the only surgical... Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm bored of that voice, okay? I'm sorry. You're laughing. A man has testicles ripped off and you're laughing.
What are you gonna do about it?
I am gonna try to pretend it's not. What was I saying? Right, in the process of preparing the subjects to have his organs placed back within his body, it was found that he was effectively immune to the sedative they had given him to prepare him for the surgery. He furiously fought against his restraints when the anesthetic gas was brought out to put him under. He managed to tear most of them through In the autopsy of the test subject that died on the operating table, it was found that his blood has triple the normal level of oxygen. His muscles that were still attached to his skeleton were badly torn, and he has broken 9 bones in the struggle, not to be subdued. Wait, is this real? I don't know if this is real or not. American psychological warfare during the... Oh. That's too real. I just watched, a documentary about that on TV as well. Because, you know, I'm in Vietnam. So, not about that, but like about war. But, yeah. It's terrifying. the shit that humans can do to each other. His vocal cords destroyed, he was unable to beg or object to surgery. He only reacted by shaking his head violently in disapproval. He shook his head, yeah, what? He shook his head yes when someone suggested they try the surgery without anesthetics, and did not react for the entire 6-hour procedure of replacing his abdominal organs and attempted to cover them with what remained of his skin. Jesus Christ. One terrified nurse assisting the surgery stated she had seen the patient's mouth curl into a smile several times whenever his eyes met her. Oh my fucking god, that is terrifying. When the surgery ended, the subject looked at the surgeon and began to wheeze loudly, attempting to talk while struggling. Assuming this must be some sort of drastic importance, the surgeon had a pen and pad fetched so the patient could write his message. It was simple. Keep cutting. Oh my god! Jesus fucking Christ, this is terrifying. Both without anesthetics, the surgeon found it impossible because they were laughing continuously. Once paralyzed, the subjects could only follow the attending researchers with their eyes. Clear the system of normally short period of time, they were soon to escape with their bonds. That moment they could speak, they were once again asking for the stimulant glass. Oh, the researchers tried asking why they had injured themselves, why they had ripped out their own guts, and why they wanted to be given the gas again. Only one response was given: I must remain awake. Oh, because if they remain awake, then they'll be released. Oh my god. Considered euthanizing the surviving subjects. Oh, being sealed in the chamber again. They were connected to an EEG monitor that had their restraints padded for long-term confinement. All three stopped struggling the moment it was let slip that they were going back to the gas. All three were putting up a great struggle to stay awake. One of the subjects could speak, was humming loudly and continuously. The mute subject was straining his leg against a leather bond. This is terrifying. Is this real? I hope this is not real. The remaining subjects was holding his head off pillow and blinking rapidly. Oh my god. No, having been first wired. Wait, it flatlined? The EEG flatlined? He's just fucking dead then. It looked like he is repeatedly suffering from brain death before returning to. What? As they focused on paper scrolling out saw his eyes slip shut at the moment his head hit the pillow. His brainwaves immediately changed to that of deep sleep, then flatlined for the last time as his heart simultaneously stopped. The only remaining subject who could speak started screaming to be sealed in now. His brainwaves showed the same flatlineness. The commander gave the order to seal the chamber with both subjects inside, as well as 3 researchers! One of the named 3 immediately drew his gun and shot the commander point blank between the eyes, and turned the gun on the mute subject and blew his brains out as well. He pointed the gun at the remaining subject, still restrained to a bedroom, and the remaining member of the medical and researcher team fled the room. I won't be locked in here with these things, not with you, he screamed at the man strapped to the table. What are you? He demanded. I must know. The subject smiled. Have you forgotten so easily? The subject asked. We are you. We are the madness that lurks within you all, begging to be free at every moment in your deepest animal mind. We are what you hide from inside your bed. Oh, you hide from in your bed every night. We are what you sedate into silence and paralysis when you go into the nocturnal haven where we cannot tread. Oh my god. Oh my god. The researcher paused, and then aimed at the subject's heart and fired. The EEG flatlined at the subject weakly choked out. So nearly free. Is this fucking real? Is this fucking real? Oh? No way. Oh? I'm looking at a picture of it. Oh, the image is fake. Oh. Okay, the image was fake. It's not real, right? It can't be real. Please. It can't be real. It sounds impossible, so... It's not real. I don't think it's not. I don't think it's real, honestly. Yeah, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real, but it's a really terrifying... It's just, like, so terrifying. Like, holy shit. Because it's so good at writing that, you just, like, can imagine everything. And that's terrifying. I think I'm gonna think about this before I go to sleep tonight. That is terrifying. And especially because it's just so close to what human beings would do. And just, like, psychosis and stuff. Like, that is... Wow. That is terrifying. Okay. Holy shit. Ew, smile dog. Feed the pig. Feed the pig. The rake, a story to scare my son. The delivery here is one twisted twist. The joy, the horror, subsequent horror of wordplay. Oh, that is the scariest shit. Dude, that is so scary. Okay, wait. I think it's really long. Okay, whatever. I hope it's good. What would you do if it was real? I mean, I'd be terrified, but I've also, you know, read about like really old psychology experiments, and it was really unethical. So it's like, and because I know that, right, and because many of us know that, it makes this more real. But yeah, it's terrifying. Okay, we can talk about this, a story to scare my son. It has nearly 10,000 upvotes, so let's go. It's been an hour though. Should we finish with this one? Should we finish, or? Okay, we can finish with this one. Alright. A story to scare my son. Son, we need to have a chat about internet safety. I slowly crumpled down onto the floor next to him. His laptop was open, and he was playing Minecraft on a public server. His eyes were locked onto the action. Comments scrolled down on the side of the screen in just a chat box. Son, can you stop your game for a minute? He exited the world, closed the laptop, and looked up at me. Dad, is this going to be another cheesy, scary story? What? I faked hurt feelings for a second, then grinned at him. I thought you liked my cautionary tales. He grew up listening to my stories about children who encountered witches, ghosts, werewolves, and trolls. Like many generations of parents, I used scary stories to reinforce morals and teach lessons about safety. Single dads like me should use all the parenting tools at their disposal. He scrunched his face a little. They were fine when I was 6, but now that I'm getting older, they don't really scare me anymore. They seem kind of silly. If you're going to tell me a story about the internet, can you make it really, really scary? I squinted at him incredulously. He folded his arms. Dad, I'm 10, and I can handle it. This is what you guys sound like. When you guys are like, please let me into the Not Safe for Work channel. I'm 16. Like, no. No, you're 10. You sound 10. Stop it. You're not 18. Get out. Anyways. Okay, I'll try. I began. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Colby. His expression indicated that he wasn't impressed with the terror of the introduction. He sighed deeply and settled in for one of Dad's cheesy stories. I continued. Colby went online and joined several children's websites. After a while, he started talking to other kids in-game and on the message boards. He made friends with another 10-year-old boy named Helper23. They liked the video games and shows. The same video games and shows. They laughed at each other's jokes. They explored new games together. After several months of friendship, Colby gave Helper23 6 diamonds in the game they were playing. This was a very generous gift. Colby's birthday was coming, and Helper23 wanted to send him a cool present in real life. Colby figured it wouldn't hurt to give Helper23 his home address, as long as he promised not to tell any strangers or grown-ups. Helper23 swore he wouldn't tell anyone, not even his own parents, about mailing the package. I paused the story and asked my son, "Do you think that was a good idea?"
No,
he said, shaking his head vigorously. In spite of himself, he was getting into the story. Well, neither did Colby. Colby felt guilty about giving away his home address, and his guilt began to grow and grow. By the time he's put on his pajama for the next night, his guilt and fear were larger than anything else in his life. He resolved to tell the truth to his parents. The punishment would be steep, but it was worth it to have a clear conscience. He squirmed in his bed as he waited for his parents to tuck him in. Oh, it was the end of the... Wait, let me turn this on again. Sorry. My son knew the scary part was coming up. In spite of his tough talk, he leaned forward wide-eyed. I spoke quietly and deliberately. He heard all the noises of the house. The washing machine bounced around in the laundry room. Branches scraped against the brick outside his room. His baby brother cooed in the nursery. And there were some other noises he couldn't quite pinpoint. Finally, his dad's footstep echoed in the hall.
Hey, Dad?
He called out nervously.
I have something to tell you.
His dad stuck his head in the doorway at a weird angle. In the darkness, his mouth didn't seem to move, and the eyes were all wrong. Yes, son? The voice was way off, too.
Are you okay, Dad?
The boy asked. Mm-hmm, sung the father in his strangely affected voice. Colby pulled his covers up defensively.
Is Mom around?
Yeah, here I am. Mom's head popped into the doorway below Dad's. Her voice was unnaturally falsetto. Were you about to tell us that you gave your home address to Helper23? You shouldn't have done that. We told you to never give out personal information on the internet. She continued. He wasn't really a kid. He just pretended to be one. Do you know what he did? He came into our house, broke in, and murdered the both of us, just so he could spend time with you. A fat man in a wet jacket emerged in the child's doorway, holding 2 severed heads. Colby shrieked and gasped as the man dropped the heads on the ground, unsheathing his knife, and moved to the door to work on the boy. My son screamed too. He twisted his hands defensively over his face, but we were just getting started with the story. After several hours, the boy was almost dead, and his screams has become whimpers. The killer noticed the wailing of a baby in another room and removed his knife from Colby. This was a special treat. He had never murdered a baby before and was excited about the prospect. Helper23 left Colby to die and followed the cries through the house like a homing beacon. In the nursery, he walked to the crib, picked the baby up, and held it in its arm. He moved towards the changing table to get a better look, but as he held the the crying died down. The baby looked up and smiled. Helper 23 had never held a baby, but he gently bounced it in his arm like a pro. He wiped his bloody hands on the blanket so he could stroke the baby's cheeks. There, sweet little guy. The beautiful rage of sadism melted into something warmer and warmer. He walked out of the nursery, took the baby home, named him William, and raised him as his very own. After I finished the story, my son was visibly shaken. Between the ragged staccato breaths, he stammered.
But Dad, my name is William.
I gave him a classic dad wink and tousled his hair. Of course it is, son. William ran up the stairs to his bedroom in a flurry of sobs. But deep down, I think he liked the story. Oh my god, that was terrifying. Dude, I scared myself when I did the mom's voice. Like, I made myself poop my pants. That is... Dude. Goosebumps all over. That is terrifying. And you know what? I think that is the perfect story to end the stream. Guys, remember, online security, okay? Be safe online. Don't reveal your personal information to anybody. Don't trust anyone. You think it's your Minecraft girlfriend, but it's not. It's a 43-year-old guy online waiting to do this. So just don't do that, okay? Don't do that. And I wish NordVPN sponsored me so I can quickly, navigate, quickly segue, like, oh, and talking about internet safety, we are sponsored by whatever the fuck, but I'm not. Yet. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for coming to this very spoopy doopy. I think tonight I'm gonna have some trouble sleeping, but very spoopy doopy horror story reading session. And I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you so much, Craig, for joining the membership. You are now part of Crow Dynasty. If you join Discord, I can plop you into the Crow Dynasty secret member server channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful night/day. Thank you for existing so far. Bye, everybody. Bye.